Hey y'all, and welcome to PolitiBrawl. My name is Brian, and this vet confronts Donald Trump, tells him to put his money where his mouth is, and what happens next is absolutely unbelievable.
That's a perfect family, beautiful family. Go ahead, Joe.
I just wanted to ask, one of the real struggles after 21 years of active Army service, especially with 101st Airborne that deployed constantly, what else, with the current administration, warrior care is lacking, to say the least, and especially after, post-service. My wife, April, here is my full-time caregiver, compensated by the VA. I don't work anymore since I was told I was leaving the Army. What else will the Trump administration do better than the Obama administration?
Is the VA not doing the job?
My wife could help you with that.
Right now, he needs some more treatment, and I'm being told from the VA that you have to go through this new choice program, but we can't get the appointment. Like, he's not all the time in the wheelchair, but...
Will you write out your card?
Oh, yeah.
You're going to write out your card, and I am going to put pressure on the VA like you won't believe. Let's see if we can get that, right? Look how beautiful. Look how beautiful. Okay, so we're going to have, hey, I tell you what, as president, I can guarantee it. As Trump, I can say I'll probably be able to pull it off anyway. Because they know it won't stop. It'll be easier to take Todd and just say, look, we're going to work with you, Todd, okay? So will you get me that number and everything, and we'll make sure that everything gets... And somebody else, who else over here? You had problems with the VA also, huh? Terrible? I just hear terrible. And we're going to solve that problem. You know, it can be solved because the waits now for the VA are longer than they've ever been. Oh, it's nice to see you people back there. It's about time. What am I doing there? Why didn't you give me this? But the waits now are worse than they've ever been. Thousands of people dying waiting for a doctor. Okay, dying. And you find the same thing. You say, you have to use your own because they won't do anything. So we're going to take care of our vets, and we're going to take care of the VA, and it's going to be, and one of the things we're going to be releasing pretty soon, but one of the things we're going to do with the VA, we have a lot of hospitals that aren't doing any business. We have a lot of private doctors that could do more business. We're losing a lot of our doctors because of Obamacare. They're retiring, they're leaving. One of them, a friend of mine, said, I have more nurses working for me now than ever before, but I have more accountants. And the end result is a disaster. He's getting out of the business. He's got nurses, but he's got more accountants than he has because the paperwork is so crazy. So one of the things we're going to do is, if Todd or if you or if somebody has problems because of the waits, because the waits are unbelievable, 5, 6, 7 days sometimes, they're going to go to a private doctor, they're going to go to a private hospital or a public hospital that's in the area, and we're going to pay for that, and it's going to cost less money. It's going to cost less money than the system we have now, and you're going to end up getting much better care.
This is exactly why Donald Trump tried to dismantle Obamacare. So think of Obamacare, if you care to go back in time a bit, think of Obamacare as the Patriot Act, but for healthcare companies. Originally coming out of a Republican think tank and based around the Massachusetts model that Mitt Romney essentially oversaw, what it essentially did is it got different corporations, insurance companies, and doctors to talk to each other a little bit better. But that's it. And there was one positive, the end of the pre-existing condition problem that has plagued insurance and plagued Americans for so long. So I'll put my money where my mouth is. That was a good thing that came out of Obamacare. A couple of good things can come out of something terrible. And after all, don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. But you gotta drain that bathwater. Hey y'all, I just wanted to give a shout out to my friends over at Colonial Metals Group. Their experts understand exactly what they're doing with gold, silver, and other precious metals, unlike our current leadership, which is giving us rampant inflation, terrible Federal Reserve policies, a president that doesn't know what planet he's on, and of course, an out-of-control Congress that won't stop spending. We have to figure out ways to keep our wealth safe. And the best way to do that is to go over to my friends at Colonial Metals Group, because their experts can help you diversify your portfolio, and they've got an amazing offer for first-time accounts. Free gold silver IRA accounts, insured storage for 5 years, up to $7,500 in silver delivered directly to your home, and a safe to keep all that stuff in. So go over regardless and see what they can do for you and protect your wealth and your future today. Now, back to regularly scheduled programming. You gotta drain the swamp that is the bloated, rotting stench that comes from our healthcare system. It is disgusting how many hoops you have to go through, how much bureaucratic tape goes on, how much money gets mishandled. What Trump did during his administration was that he forced hospitals to start listing off how expensive things actually are, because hospitals will gouge you as much as they possibly can. And that is an ugly truth about the American economy right now. We do not want to admit how much we are being gouged. We aren't just being ruined from inflation. There is some truth to the fact that we're cutting corners everywhere. For instance, have you seen how bad things are with Boeing products? Yeah, cutting corners constantly. This is a huge problem. And it's an ultimate question of, do you believe that things need to be better regulated? I'm unfortunately in the regulation camp. I don't want to be, because I do not like government regulation. OSHA, for most part, does a lot of dumb things. A lot of our environmental laws are basically just there to keep people from expanding their businesses. It is a nightmare to open a new business in the United States. And then, the very people who would be regulating it, unfortunately, would be these same schmucks that have made the VA a living hell. Not a nightmare, hell. The stories are all true there. The amount of horrors and crimes being committed against our veterans is something that if we were to look at this, we might just shut down the whole show and say, nope, we got to start over. Because the way we have treated our veterans after throwing them into 2 meat grinders has been evil. Just evil. And if you look closely in this video, you can tell that the man is in a wheelchair. Donald Trump is looking down. You can briefly see the guy's head. He can't work anymore because he served his country. And our country now refuses to give him a fair shake, to give him the tools that he needs in order to have a better life. And he's that way because he served. When you do not treat your servants well, when you do not respect the work that they do, and you do not respect the sacrifices that our veterans have made, it is proof that we need reforms, deep reforms in our country. Trump at least tried to. We haven't had a president that actually tries. We currently have a president who, if we told him that if someone went up to him with those problems, he'd probably call him a liar. Decency really is on the ballot in 2024. And the decency that we need to start showing Americans is on the ballot. And it starts with how you treat your veterans. You can tell a lot about your country with the way veterans will talk about it after they've served. And our veterans are tired. They have despised what has become of their nation because they are deeply ashamed that their service did not serve the purpose and interests of the American people. That's the long and short of it. It makes my blood absolutely boil. That's why I have to be a huge Trump supporter in 2024. That's just the reality, folks. My name is Brian. Hope you enjoyed this segment here on PolitiBrawl. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one, and until then, y'all have a good one.